Day two, CPI. Today, fasted in the morning and had to do MRIs again today. Again, yesterday I just did my neck, so today I ended up doing an MRI on my lower back, shoulder, and both my knees. My pickup time this morning was 9:30, and I think when I finished with those MRIs, it was after 4, after 4 o'clock, about 4:20. Then I went over to the CPI building, where they had to do the IV again. This IV was substantially better, but IV still suck. So no matter what, it was still an IV. Let's see here. So I did the IV. While I was doing the IV, they had to do an X-ray of lungs, and then when I finished this one, this IV took like 3 hours, 3.5. What time? Let's see. So if I got there at 4:30, they started the IV relatively quick, and the IV just got done around 8 o'clock. So that's 5. No, I got there at 4:30. Where's my math? Oh man, so that's 4 to 8 is 4 minus, so 3.5 hours. So the IV was right around 3.5 hours. I'm exhausted. Overall, oh, and they gave me some pill to take here at nighttime. It's everything that they're doing right now is to prep us. I did the little electric thing again on my neck, lower back, shoulder, and knees. It's just their way to stimulate the joints to get them ready for the stem cells. So typically, if you're getting your shoulder and knee or something like that done, they do not put you under, which means that they don't like put you under. I don't know how else to explain, like knock you out or whatever you want to say. Like they don't do that when you have those things done. But since I'm doing my neck and my back, they're gonna do the other three, the shoulder and the knees, while I'm under. So that's a huge advantage because these injections are supposed to be very painful. One of the owners, Scott, explained to us on the first day that they're painful. They're meant to be painful. They intentionally make sure that they're painful because they want to make sure that the body recognizes that there's pain, and then it sends stuff to that area to fix it, and then they find the stem cells there, and then they fix the area. Whole lot of stuff. So let's see, I had an additional charge because with my lower back is really bad. The doctor was even like, I don't know how you're walking or standing. He's like, there's considerable amount of damage to your disc. He went over all of my issues, and I really wasn't gonna get into them as far as like the neck. My neck, the C3, C4, C5, C6, and C7 are bad. There's other things. I forgot what he said, but there's other areas also in those besides just the disc, and those also need attention. The major disc rupture is going to be the C6, C7, which he was explaining controls a lot of respiratory, which I guess would explain maybe somewhat why my stamina seems to have dropped. But as far as my back, the lombard area, whatever one of the last ones, I don't remember. Again, this is the whole day he was explaining this to me. I'm hooked up to this IV, and my brain is fried from being in an MRI machine for hours, like 6 hours or something. But the lower back, he's like, it's terrible looking, and It needs some other things done, something for like the sciatic area. He's like, that just looks completely destroyed. And I was like, yeah, I've had that pretty much for 30 years. And he's like, that's why it's done a lot of degrading over the years, in addition to all the sports that I've played and everything else that I've done. The knees, he didn't explain to me in detail about the knees, but there are some tears to ligaments and stuff, and so they're going to address that. The torn labrum, he said that should be a pretty easy fix. Once one of the things that they were explaining is once the torn labrum gets fixed, he said, don't lift my arm, don't put my arm above my head. And he was saying try not to do that for about 6 months. So even longer than what Scott had indicated. With my knees, it was the same information. Once I have all these injections, I don't want to do like bend my legs all the way back. My heels aren't going to go to my butt or anything like that. I need to keep them. I can bend them and move them, but I don't want to bend them all the way like this. It would just be like normal type movements, like if you're walking. No strenuous exercise. Again, neck and back, he said don't like try to move to adjust it, that if it is hurting or feeling stiff, that just do normal like movements that I would do like if I was maybe going to pick something up, or normal movements that you do throughout the day, but nothing like where I'm pulling on the spine. Let's see, that's about it. That was day 2, pretty much all wrapped up. Highlight of the day, I had the guy that was already on overtime wait for me so I could go get street corn and a all pork street hot dog. And for people who know me, that I don't typically want to eat that kind of food. To me seems like gas station food, but the hot dog was surprisingly like amazing, and the street corn was pretty typical. We have a couple Mexican restaurants near where we live, so my wife and I have gone and had some of the street corn in a cup, in a taza grande. So in a big cup, and he puts all the stuff in it, and this one tastes pretty much exactly the same as the one that I've had before. But the hot dog definitely did not. It was like a hot dog wrapped in bacon. So fantastic. Loved it. And he put like onions and tomatoes and stuff on it. So it was fantastic. That was like the highlight of my day. I ate that on the way back. I have a couple like bananas and a pear and apples and orange that they've put in the room for me. They keep us supplied on fruits, but I can't really. I'm probably gonna eat a banana before I go to bed because I have to fast again tomorrow. I probably will eat that banana because I didn't eat today until like 4:30, because when I got there they took my blood and then I was able to eat, and then they have to take my blood again tomorrow. So they took my blood on Monday, and I wasn't supposed to fast. But the lady took it, and she said, "Hey, did you fast?" About an hour later, because probably lab came back going, "What's up with this dude?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I'm supposed to fast tomorrow." And she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I took your blood, so you're gonna have to take blood again tomorrow." No problem. So I fasted all day today. We did eat a lot last night at the dinner, which was super awesome. And then I fasted all day today till like 4:30. She took my blood, and then right around like 5 o'clock, the doctor was talking to me, and he said, "We're gonna have to take blood again tomorrow because your blood didn't coagulate correctly." And I was like, "Well, dang," but oh well. Yeah, very long day today. Doesn't matter. I mean, the whole reason why I'm here is to get this done. So I really don't care if I go from sun up until sundown every single day, just as long as I get this done. But that's the experience. That's what we had today again. Everyone's super awesome. Everyone's super nice. Oh, I had the additional charge. That's what I touched on. It didn't go in. So I had an additional charge, right? So because you're charged per 10 million stem cells, and they're doing like 10 million, or they're doing 10 million like in each knee, 20 million I think in the shoulder because it's a torn labrum, and then my neck is a crap ton of millions, and then my lower back is the same. We went over, so my 130 million, I guess, that I had purchased prior to coming here, I went over that by like 10 million. However, the way that they allocate everything is to have an additional millions, like tens of millions, set aside that they inject into your bloodstream. So what I did is I paid for the million or 10 million that I went over. So I paid for that, and then I paid for an additional 5 million for the direct bloodstream. Uh, Doctor recommended anywhere between 5 to 9 or 50. It's in tens. So 50 to 90 million, but that additional 6,000 will put me, let's see, I paid 24, 25. So that puts me at like 31,000 for this. So I was like, I'll go with your minimum amount for the amount in the bloodstream for right now. I will probably be returning because they set up this thing since I'm still new into their infancy of doing this. They've expanded upon their technology. Right now, CPI has the most technological advancements as far as stem cells go, but they're still in infancy. One thing that Scott was pointing out is that they're still learning. They're still doing stuff. You know, they're able to see things. So everyone's invited back. You have an option to pick 3 months from now, 6 months, or 9 months. However, 9 months from now puts me at the last week of December, and that's not going to probably work. I don't think Mamacita at home is going to want me leaving the last week of December, and I don't want to because my kids are my best friend. They really are. I mean, my kids are just absolutely everything, and so there's no way I don't want to be there for like a Christmas. But possibly in like 6 months from now, it'll be the end of like September. Yeah, September, end of September, and I think that could be somewhat feasible at that point. So you'll come back, and then they have extra. You don't have to necessarily stay the whole week at that time. There are options. So if you do want to stay the whole week, they said it's like a $6,000 charge, and you get more. You get like everything. It wouldn't include any direct injections into like joints and stuff, but what you're getting when you come back are like the IVs. Yeah, I know. I don't like the IVs, and it's like an invitation back, and I'm a sucker for punishment. Sometimes I'm just too dumb to say no, I guess. But yeah, that'll be something. You come back and you go through that portion of it, and it's no charge. It's not that it's the way that they explained it is not that it's free. It's more of their reward to thank people for coming and doing it now. So that's that. Tomorrow again is going to be my pickup at 7:30 from the hotel. I'm staying here at the Hyatt. We all are here. Every single one of us are here. Oh, one thing also is that we're right now in a sublevel. It's a big, huge window. You see the ocean. There were dolphins out yesterday jumping. And then on the top floor, they have cancer patients. So they're doing a lot of like stem cells with cancer patients and stuff like that right now. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Tomorrow's my pickup, and I think at around 10 o'clock is when they're going to start doing injections. So I'm going to have another IV tomorrow, which I just can't stand doing IVs. But I'll have an IV. Then they're going to, I'll be face down. They'll put me under, and they'll start doing the injections. They have there's a, what is it, anesthesiologist that's going to come in, and a couple other like spine doctors that come in to do the injections in the spinal areas. And then they have a doctor that comes in for the shoulder, and then a doctor that comes in for the knees. So several different doctors will be involved with the process. Um, yeah, and then I'll be staying overnight there tomorrow night. They said bring a overnight bag, so that's gonna be something to look forward to. So uh, they said minimum no alcohol for like 3 months, but I probably just won't drink alcohol for quite a long time. At least not until, I don't even know when. I don't care. I don't drink much alcohol anyway. Do I enjoy drinking when I do? Yeah, because it tastes pretty good because I'll make good cocktails or mixed drinks, but that type of stuff isn't important. So um, it's not like a huge change of life for me. I know one guy was complaining about no alcohol. He's like, "What's the minimum?" 30, or he's like, 90 days from this being over, I'm cracking open some beers. And I was like, you just went 90 days. Who cares? Who cares about another 90 days? It's not like it matters. But yeah, then it's take it easy after that, which has always been something difficult for me to do. But I am following every single thing that they say to the T. I'm not going to make any mistakes. I don't want to re-injure anything or do anything wrong or anything like that. Again, we're over $30,000 right now for this whole process. 1 week of 30. I mean, 30,000 isn't a lot to some people. It's a lot. It's a lot to me. But I will say that I'm just very happy that I'm able to get this stuff taken care of, because I couldn't imagine having to go another like 10 years dealing with this pain. It's affected every aspect of my life. I mean, my patience with my kids, and I love them. I love my kids, and they're my best friend. And to not have patience for them, and just you with the being just in that amount of pain, it's just an intolerance that it's just a lot. It's a lot, and it affects everything. Every single person I've talked to in the last several years, I've been in pain while talking to them, and it's probably showed. I probably showed disinterest in whatever they're saying. It's not that I'm disinterested. It's just that pain like flares, throbs, and just affects it. So again, I'm just really, really, really happy that I'm able to get this taken care of. And that's it. I've been very hard on my body. I've done a lot of just dumb stuff, over the years, and been very reckless, with no, I don't even know, no remorse or whatever. I don't know. I just don't care. I was like, oh, I just want to have fun, oh, that hurt. Oh, well. And those pains come back. So, oh, well, it's all good. We're getting it taken care of. Good stuff. And I believe that this is going to do everything. This is going to heal everything. Will it? I don't know, but I want to believe, man. I want to be the one that believes, I'm sick of always being the skeptic and always questioning stuff. I want to truly believe this is going to work. I want to truly believe that this is going to eliminate all those aches and pains that I've had for so long, and I just want to be able to wake up and take a deep breath with no pain and get out of bed and just feel wonderful. I want to be able to run around in the yard and play with the kids, man. I mean, just all that stuff. Just that. I want to believe. I do believe. I believe that it is going to work. I believe it. Um, all the other testimonials of everyone else that's gone through it has been very positive. So I believe that this will work, and I'm very grateful for it. I don't think age necessarily is a factor, by the way. I've had people asking me that were 50s, 60s, 70-year-old, you know who you are, talking about their aches and pains and the way that these stem cells and everything works. There's a good chance it probably would just work for you as well. But I'll keep you posted on what it does for me. So, thank you all.